Good day all. Today I would like to discuss about Android project structure, directory structure, and I'm trying to create a project in Android. Let's go to Android application project and create it as welcome message as Android project. And if you observe for this project, the minimum required SDK is, let's say, I'm selecting a Jelly Bean, or you can go for KitKat. Whatever version which you like, you can select and just go ahead to create a new project. And KitKat is a recent and latest version which is released in Android. So just I would like to create a project on Jelly Bean, that is 4.2, and just select next, and you can still just continue. And if you want to create as a library project, then you can select as a mark this as project as a library. Otherwise you can just go ahead with the next step. And these are the icons which are displayed as a launcher icon for our Android application. If you can observe, there are different kinds of image views are available here. Later we'll discuss while explaining about the directory structure about this MDP, HDB and all. Just let's continue. And the background color, so you can either select a square or a circle or none, like, or if you want to go ahead with any kind of colors, then you can go for a yellow or whatever color you can choose and just select next. And remember again, Android from 4.0 it supports different kinds of activity types, like full screen activity, master and detail flow, or blank activity. And it's a very basic application which we are going to be discussed today. So let's just continue the blank activity and let's go next. And this is the activity name, either you can change, or the default one is main activity. And this is the XML file which is going to be created as a activity underscore main. If you want, you can change it, otherwise it's okay. And these are the different kinds of navigation types, but as of now just we are looking for a very basic application. Then just go with the navigation type and just click on finish. As soon as you click on finish, then application will be created with the entire directory structure. So yeah, now we are able to see there is a welcome message project which is created under a package explorer. So let's wait to finish this. Done. And now you can come back and see the entire directory structure of Android application which is created under package explorer. Still it is trying to load, so just wait for a moment. Yeah, it's done. Now let's talk about what are the different kinds of folder structures and importance about this. So now this is the basic directory structure which is created in Eclipse. Now the first folder is SRC, and it contains a default package name that is called, for example, that welcome message. That is the default package name which is created, and inside that there is a class called main activity.java which is created automatically by Android SDK while creating our project. And always SRC is a folder which holds the entire source code of Android application. It may be an activity or services or normal Java class, whatever. So all store.java classes will be available in SRC folder. And let's move on to second folder, that is GEN generator. But the name itself is indicating that. Let's move on to second folder, that is GEN, that is generated. The name itself stands for the files which are under GEN folder or generated by Android framework, that is Android SDK by default. And in generated folder it will be or.java is the file which will be created automatically. If you want, you can just remove this file, just try to delete this file and look at it again. You see or.java is removed and recreating or.java. So even though if you delete this or if you modify something in out.java, still it will be automatically modified by the GEN folder, because it's an auto-generated file and the user does not have any privileges to modify this file. And move on to this one. It's a just Android SDK. And let's come back to the next one, that is assets folder. And in assets folder, usually we can keep all different kinds of images which are required for our Android application. And coming back to next one, that is bin folder. And in the bin folder you can find all output files which are generated by this Android SDK. But as of now I am unable to see this due to bin folder. It is used to generate output files and it will be placed in bin folder. So output files are nothing but like .apk file, .dex file. We'll talk about more on .dex and .apk file. Next, coming back to lib, it is just supported library files will be available here. And the most important folder of our Android directory structure is RES folder. RES stands for resources. So all required resources will be available in this folder. Let's say these all of the different kinds of folders are available in RES folder. Let's talk about individual folder. Now coming to drawable, basically a drawable stands for an image. So in Android applications, if you want to store different kinds of images, then we should go for drawable. But with the same name, there are different folder names are available under RES. The reason is, looks like almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are total 5 folders are available under RES. Now H stands for high density, pixels, low density, medium, extra and extra large scale images you can keep inside this drawable folder. So all these 5 different folders they have given for the purpose of keeping images based on their sizes. That's why if you observe, same image with a different pixels. Let's say same application, if you are executing on, for example, if you are executing on let's say same image, if you are same application, if you are planning to execute on different screen sizes, resolutions, then we need to keep same image with a different resolutions in different folders. So this drawable. Otherwise, you can do one more thing also. Instead of using all these folders, if you are getting any confusion, then directly you can create your own folder that called drawable folder under RES. And this drawable can be anything. You can store either small, medium, large, extra large, whatever the images that you like, you can keep inside this drawable folder also. That is also possible. And coming to the next one, that is layout. It's the most important folder in RES. Layout is used to keep all user interfaces in the form of XML files. So one thing you need to remember, in Android applications, the complete user interface will be created in XML files, and all required functionality will be defined in activities. That is nothing but this is the activity under SRC main.activity. See, activity underscore main.xml is a user interface, and for activity underscore main.xml file, we have a file called main.activity.java file. So this activity underscore main can be accessed in this activity to perform required functionalities. So that's what. And coming to next one, menu. It is used to store, it is used to create menus for Android application in different forms. Basically, Android supports 2 different kinds of menus, that is optional menu and context menu. So if you want to create any kind of menu related applications, then we need to create a required XML file, and then you can create a menu. And coming to values, and all static information will be stored in values. For example, in our application, there is a static message, like if you want to display welcome message, instead of defining this welcome message directly into our layout, what we can do is we can access through a string, that is a string slash hello world. So now remember, hello world is an ID in string.xml. If you observe, hello world is an ID, that's a name, and it will populate this value. So always strings.xml is used to define all static labels which are required in our application, and the styles which is used to apply CSS which is required for our application. And you can write what are the themes, background color, foreground colors, and whatever you can define inside styles.xml file. And these are about values. And coming back to these or when we go for landscape and portrait mode, then we need to go for a different DPIs, and all we need to take care about different dimensions all given here. So under the values there is a default dimension which is already given, that is 16 dpi, but still if you want to apply anything more than that dpi, then we have to use this is for 600 dpi and this is for 700 dpi, that is in land scope. Okay, and these are also different kinds of styles which we can create based on our DPIs. And the last file which is most important which we need to discuss is that is Android manifest.xml file. And I can say Android manifest.xml file, it allows all configurations which are related to our Android application will be defined in Android manifest.xml file. And there are different parts available in Android manifest.xml file. So we'll talk about more on a next video, that is the directory structure. After directory structure, we'll talk about more on this, how the flow of Android application will be executed. Flow will discuss step by step. Thank you all.